You were getting into the war on God, which, if anybody studying this, the enemies of freedom just go around common sense, their own future, their own personal lives to do evil. It is a war against God. So start over, sir.
There are two systems of thought that cannot coexist. The first is a divine system, divine consciousness, with the belief that every human being is made in the image of God. If we're made in the image of God, that means our lives have sanctity. If our lives have sanctity, that means we have human rights. If we have human rights, it's not in the realm of another person's prerogative to decide how long a person should live and how many of us should be on the planet. The other system is this survival of the fittest eugenic system, where it's a hierarchy of genetics. The people that have the highest adaptability or the strongest could dictate what happens to others. So invariably it leads to three types of categories: the superhuman, the human, and the subhuman. This sounds like a fairy tale, except that 80 years ago, it killed 200 million people. Because you had the Nazi, the Aryans believed they were descendants of some Nordic gods, and that entitled them to decide who should live and die. So they wanted to enslave the Anglo-Saxons, the Europeans, and exterminate the subhumans, which I belong to, right? The Jews, the Gypsies, the Slavs, the handicapped, political prisoners, anyone who didn't agree with them. So what we're seeing now is the same exact thing, except it's not anti-Semitic. What it is there's a group of people, a small group, that believe that they've evolved intellectually into a higher level of consciousness, which gives them the power and the right to dictate what happens to the others. In my opinion, they didn't evolve, they're devolved pagans. There's nothing new under the sun. This has been historically and biblically the narrative.
Oh, I totally agree. They're the conquest system versus the Renaissance system that builds us up and empowers us. They're like cancer. Just because cancer can take over doesn't mean it's dominant. It's a malfunction.
They're sociopaths. I have a joke. The whole world is suffering because Bill Gates couldn't find a girlfriend in high school.
Exactly.
In other words, they have such a hatred for others and such a narcissistic need to destroy and crush others to make themselves feel powerful. It's a absolutely horrific, ungodly, pagan approach to life.